There is a voice in our heads, and it's not always telling us the truth. And I say this because we all know it. We all understand that what I'm saying. It's like there's a voice in your head, and then there's a good voice and there's a bad voice. And we tend to listen to the bad voice and we agree with that bad voice a lot. And that's why you see a lot of people not doing anything, not really experiencing anything, not getting up and going to the gym, because we're not always going to have motivation. And it seems like the brain sometimes will protect you from newer things, or, if something didn't happen right in your life, so that stays with you. So your brain's like, don't do that again. Don't go near that person. Don't start this friendship because you remember how the last friendship started. So you have to think like it's not always the same in every part of your life. Like, it's not always going to be the same traumatic thing happening, but you have to listen to the good voice and step out of that comfort zone and really start practicing what the good voice says. Sometimes it's like it's your brain protecting you. That's like, you'll hear that in your head, and it's the good voice telling you to do the right thing, the right-minded thing, like helping someone, being nice to someone, saying something great to someone, like, oh, it's a nice shirt you're wearing, your hair looks great, whatever, like a compliment, like speak life into people, especially if you see that they're down. And then the evil voice wants to say to you, don't do that. Don't be good. Don't be right-minded. Like, give up on what you're doing. It'll tell you you're ugly, or it'll tell you something that you're not like everyone else. You're not as good and all this stuff. And it's like, I try to tell people like, yo, you got to be that person that digs down deep and says, I'm not listening to this voice today. And there's no motivation, but I'm still going to get up and go. I'm still going to get up and go to the gym, take care of myself, go and work out, go and see people, go and treat people good, hold doors open, talk to people. I know it's hard, trust me. But I feel the problem with this world is that we listen to the wrong voice in our head constantly, nonstop. I'm not valuable. I'm not this. I'm not that. And we get that a lot from past relationships or bad family members that have talked down to us and told us that we are not valuable because maybe they were mistreated. It's a vicious cycle, I know, but it's like we all know deep down inside we don't want that. We all know this. So why wouldn't you want to just change? Like, change today. Like, think about what I'm saying and go, I'm going to stop listening to the bad voice in my head. And I'm going to commit to doing as much as possible, because you're going to make mistakes. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. I'm saying, but try as much as you can to do the right thing by listening to the right voice. And we all know what right and wrong is. So, but when you start doing that, you're going to see your life change dramatically, meaning that, yeah, you're not going to have always the motivation, but if you put systems in place and you put things in place that gives you a foundation, kind of like, so you get up and you have some kind of routine, you do your thing, you go out into the world and you be great. You never know what's going to happen when you're doing that. You never know what's going to come back to you. And there's still a lot of great in the world. There's still a lot of good in the world. Even though the news likes to give us all the bullshit and drama, there's still a lot of good people in the world and great things happening. But you're going to see less of it because we all practice listening to the bad voice in our head. And I'm just saying to you, because a lot of people, they're so down on themselves, and it's like, I want to make these videos to help people not be down on themselves. It's okay. You might be in a point in time in your life like I was for a long time. I was in like an 8-year, like, just downward spiral. Like, I wasn't bad, but I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't doing anything, and I was listening to the voice in my head that said, just give up. Just give up. Don't care anymore. And I didn't. I didn't for a long time. I was bitter. I was angry. And then I just decided one day, I was like, I'm done listening to that voice. I'm done listening to that voice, and I'm going to do new things. I'm going to be great to people. I'm going to do the right thing, Even though when people are doing the wrong thing, I'm going to try my best. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that to you. Like, just, whatever situation you're having right now, whatever challenges you're having, you can still make things way better than they are. But the more you sink and the more you think that you're not valuable, you're not worthy, it's like you're going to convince yourself. And I say to you, please stop doing that. Like, dig down deep and just say, I'm not going to do this no more to myself. If you're in a relationship too, like where someone is really putting you down, I would say get out of that relationship. Do whatever you can to get away from that person that's mentally abusing you or physically abusing you. Like, I hate to see when I see relationships and people are just taking advantage of another person. And I get it sometimes because that person that's being the bully in the relationship or doing the mental abuses has also been mentally abused because they don't understand, so they're just practicing what they've learned. But I'm saying for both parties, if you're the abuser, I want to say stop, like, because you will eventually pass away. And who do you think is going to judge us in the end? You think everybody's just going to heaven? You think your behavior is fine and you can do whatever you want to do? There's going to come a time where everybody's going to be real sober. I mean, like, afraid sober. And they're going to be like, wow, I should have changed my behavior and my mind a long time ago. And I'm saying this to people because it's a very serious topic that I'm talking about. And everybody's just running through life like they don't care. They're running through life because it's just like they think life is just entertainment. That's all it is. It's entertainment, and be fulfilled as much as you can as long as you're here, and you only live once, and just live your life as best because there's nothing else after this. Well, that's another voice that I don't listen to, that voice that tells us that humanity has no value. And you can look around and see how much value we have when you're really opening your eyes. Stop listening to the voice that tells us the lies, the news lies. Everything you see on TV that the production companies put on, this big show about what's really bad in the world, makes us afraid. It's all lies. The truth is, it's like we can be great to each other, and we should practice that. And that's going to give us a better life and a better understanding to what relationships are. But I would like to say that, though, the people that are in bad relationships, just get away from the people that are hurting you and start a new life. I know it's hard to say, it's harder to do than to say. It's like easier said than done. But I see so many people suffering and they don't do nothing about it because the other person or person that's mentally abused them has put this programming in them to live in fear and think that they're not valuable enough to move on. I'm telling you right now, you're valuable enough to move on. So do whatever you have to do, because you deserve a better life. Well, with that being said, that's all I wanted to say is, like, just be someone that, like, gets up and has meaning. You could, like I said, it doesn't have to be like you have to become some kind of business owner. I'm saying when you get up in the morning and you have meaning, go out and treat people great. Be a great father. Call your kids up and say, yo, let's do something. Let's, teach your kids the right things. And be a great person, or be a great romantic partner. Like, be a great boyfriend. Be a great girlfriend. Like, be better to each other. Stop listening to the bad voice saying that you should treat people wrong. You're going to see your life change if you start doing the things I'm saying to you. It really will. My life has changed dramatically. I wasn't always like this a bad person. I'm just saying that. But what I mean was I was miserable and bitter because of the way life has gone and how the way people have treated me. So I changed who I really was, right? Even younger years, like growing up, I was not the best person. But over all these years, I started to see it like, okay, I can hear that voice and I'm going to ignore that voice. That's what I want you to do, is ignore the evil voice that tells you to do the wrong things, that you're not valuable, and all this other junk. And just start changing your life with systems that you put in place and just some discipline, and you'll see your life change dramatically.